Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my online class. I am Asaduzzaman Russel, lecturer in English, Govt, Shahid Smriti Adarsha College, Nandail, Mymensingh. Dear learners, I hope in this pandemic situation, you all are nice by the grace of Almighty. I am also fine by the grace of Almighty. Today, I present here to deliver my another class for the degree third year students. Dear students, if you did not follow my previous classes, you could not maintain your continuedness of my classes. That is why I advise all of my students to join with us and follow my classes and give your opinions by comments. Today's my lesson is prefix and suffix. I think prefix and suffix are very important and very easy topic in English grammar and language. Without the proper knowledge of suffix and prefix, a student never acquire the varieties of a word and parts of speech. Moreover, for the degree students, it is very necessary to learn prefix and suffix for their exam. Now, I am going to start my class, prefix and suffix. At first, we should know what prefix and suffix are. On the board, I have written the definition of prefix and suffix. Dear students, please look at the board. There, I have written the definition of prefix and suffix. Prefix. Prefix is a letter or a group of letters that we add to the beginning of word. I again say prefix is a letter or a group of letters that we add to the beginning of a word. For example, this plus ella equal to dislike. Plus able, that means unable. Disable, here this is prefix because it is added to the word allow. Again, u and an is added to the word able and it creates a new word unable. On the other hand, suffix. Suffix is also a letter or a group of letters that we add to the end of a word. I again say suffix is a letter or a group of letters that we add to the end of word. For example, arrange plus mend, that creates arrangement. Here mend is suffix because mend is added after the word arrange and it creates a new word arrangement. In this way, joy plus full, it creates joyful. In this, full is suffix because full is added with the word joy. Okay? Dear learners, on the board I have made a chart where I have shown some prefixes which are very important for the exams. Please look at the board. On the board we find a chart, and the chart have 4 columns. First, prefix. Second, meaning of the prefix, and base word and new word. At first, un, it expresses opposite meaning, like this, happy. If we add an before happy, then it creates opposite word unhappy. Next, I am in. It also expresses opposite meaning, like as balance, and by adding I am, it creates imbalance, which is the opposite word of balance. Next, I am in. It also expresses opposite meaning, like is ability. It creates inability. In the same way, I am ill. It also expresses opposite meaning, legal. It creates illegal. Next, I am ill. It also expresses opposite meaning, base word regular. If we add I before regular, then it creates opposite word irregular. Next, miss. It also expresses opposite meaning, base word conduct, and by adding miss before contact, then we find opposite word misconduct. Next, dis. It also expresses opposite meaning, base word honor. If we add before honor dis, then it creates opposite word dishonor. Next, male, M-A-L, male. It also expresses the opposite meaning, nutrition, malnutrition. Anti, it also expresses opposite meaning, social. It creates antisocial. That is the opposite word of social. Next, non. It also creates opposite word, like is sense. If we add before sense non, then it creates opposite word, like is nonsense. Co. It expresses with or together, like is operate. If we add co before operate, then it creates together with, like is cooperate. Next, auto. It expresses self, like is mobile. If we add self before mobile, then it creates automobile. That is the self of mobile. Sub. It expresses under, like is way. If we add sub before way, then it creates under of the way, subway. Last, D. It expresses reversal, like is merit. If we add D before married, then it creates reversal, like is demerits. Dear learners, let's turn to suffix. Suffix is fixed after a word. Actually, they have no own meaning, but after adding with a word, it creates the word, the change of parts of speech, and the opposite word. Let us have a look on the board. Here we find some important suffixes which make noun form. Please, dear students, look at the board. On the board we find a chart that it has two columns. One is suffix, another is formation of word. Age, it creates marriage, that is a noun. Here base word is marry. After marry, age is added and it makes a noun, that is marriage. In this way, it creates a noun approval. Here base word approve, after the al is added and it creates a noun, that is approval. Next, ence, it creates a noun, that is absence. In this way, cy, it also creates fancy. ice, it creates a noun service. Here the base word is serve. After that ice is added, then it makes a noun, that is service. ion, it creates a noun, that is action. Here the base word is act, and after that ion is added with act, then it makes a noun, that is action. Next, ty, it also creates a noun, that is ability. ist, it also creates a noun, that is artist. Here art is base word. After the word art, ist is added, then it makes a noun, that is artist. Next, ism, it creates a noun, that is criticism. Next, tion, it also creates a noun, that is creation. Here create is base word. After the create, tion is added, then it creates creation. Ment, 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 it also makes a noun, adding after a verb develop. Then it creates a noun, that is development. The last, ship, sheep, it creates also a noun, friendship. Here friend is a word. After friendship is added, then it creates a new word, a noun, that is friendship. Dear learners, we will see how to change the parts of speech. On the board we find some suffixes and they change from one parts of speech to another parts of speech. Like is, they change from one part of speech to adjective. Like LS. On the board we find a chart. This chart had two columns. One is suffix, another is formation of word. In this chart we find some words, some suffixes, like at first AN. It creates national. It is an adjective. In this word, nation is a base word. After this word, AL suffix is added, then it changes its parts of speech and it makes an adjective, that is national. Next, ISH. It creates a new word, foolish. That means in this foolish, root word is full. It is a noun. After adding suffix, it changes its parts of speech and it makes an adjective. Next, IVE. It also changes parts of speech, like is active. In this active, the root word is act. By adding IVE suffix, it changes its parts of speech and it makes adjective. Able. It also changes its parts of speech, like is valuable. Value is a root word. After the root word able is added and it changes its parts of speech. Next, ED. It is also a suffix and it changes its parts of speech, like is learned. Learned. Learn. In this word learned, the root word is learn. It is a verb. After ed, after adding ed, it changes its parts of speech and it makes an adjective. Last, ly. It is also a suffix and by adding ly, it changes its parts of speech, like as man. In this word, man is root and after that ly is added, then it changes its parts of speech and it is an adjective. That means suffix makes or changes the parts of speech of the word. Okay, dear learners, now we find how to change the words into verb and adverb by using suffixes. On the board, I have written some suffixes and they have made these words into different and various parts of speech, like is forming verb. There are some suffixes and they have made these words into verb. First, 88 is a suffix and it has made a verb, that is assassinate. Next, ise or ije is also a suffix and it has created a verb, that is organize. It has a root word, that is organ. It is a noun, but after adding ise, it has changed its parts of speech and it has made a verb, that is organize. Next, en. It is also a suffix. It has created a verb, that is broaden. In this word, the root word is brought. It is an adjective. But after adding en, it has changed its parts of speech, and it has created a verb that is brought in. That is next, fy. It is also a suffix, and it has created a verb that is beautify. In this word, beauty is a base word, but after adding fy with beauty, then it has created a new word, and it has changed its parts of speech, and it has created a verb. Now we see the forming a verb. There are some suffixes, and they have created a verb. For example, ly, it is a suffix, and it has created an adverb, slowly. In this word, slow is an adjective, but after adding with slow, that it has changed its parts of speech, and it has created an adverb. Next, wise, it has changed the parts of speech. Likewise, in this way, words is also a suffix, and it has changed its parts of speech, and it has created an adverb. My dear students, I have elaborately discussed the rules of prefixes and suffixes, but I think it is not enough to get good marks in the exams. If you want to get good marks in the exams, you have to practice more and more. Then you will be success in your exams. Today is no more. Thank you very much.